Hey guys. Oh, I guess I locked that. Didn't think I did. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Yeah, I was just going to show you. This is my brew. I call it my brew closet or my brew cave or whatever. It's just this little room in my house. That door is very small, very thin. That's not to scale. But it's not very big. I think it was probably like a fruit cellar or something, or bomb shelter or something, because it's all cement all the way around. But it's this little room. I made it kind of into my little brew closet. Yeah, because it stays really cold in the winter. There's the Mona Lisa. Maybe that'll be, if I time it right, maybe that'll be my thumbnail. That'd be funny. But yeah, anyways, this is what I brewed last weekend. I'm calling it a Bohemian Pilsner. Probably not exactly the style. And it's kind of based off of Marzen or an Oktoberfest, I guess, recipe. I don't know if I've talked about that before, but basically, well, the story goes, when I tried Bell's Oktoberfest this year, just something about the flavor character reminded me of Stroh's back in the old days. Stroh's used to be brewed in Detroit. I live in Michigan. They sold the brand at one point, I think, to Pabst, moved it out of state. It became a really, I don't know, standard commercial mega brew type beer. And then a group of craft brewers got a hold of the brand again, somehow made an arrangement to get the brand, and they started brewing it as a microbrew in Detroit again. And when I bought some, in fact, look, here's my six-pack when I did buy one. I don't know, it was just okay. It wasn't anything. It didn't really remind me of the old Stroh's. But, you know, I think the recipe was supposed to be even predate that. So, you know, good luck to him and all that. But it just didn't have that character that I was hoping. Well, the Bell's Oktoberfest did. And so at the Bell's homebrew competition, I ran into one of the representatives there and was talking to him about it. And he said, well, I can't give you the recipe, but I can give you some pointers on how it's brewed. So he did that. And so I took that information. And then I looked up a Bohemian Pilsner recipe, the one in the Bible probably, and kind of made a recipe out of it. So it's a lager, using the White Labs German lager yeast, I think, or maybe, I don't think they have a Bohemian, I don't know, but it's 830 or whatever, liquid yeast. And what I did is I brewed it, I threw it in, I have a crawl space in another part of my basement where I usually put my fermenter because it stays about 70 degrees all the time. Turn down the heat in the basement a little bit and let it sit there just for like 2 days to get that really first kick of initial fermentation going. It was around 65, I think, is what the temperature gauge on the bucket was saying. I just moved in here, so it probably hasn't changed a whole lot if you can even see it. Where it's at right now. Looks like it's at about, is that 61, I guess? I can point at, I think that's the one that's lit up. But this room here is right about, I think it's warmed up a little bit since I've had the door open coming in and out. Because it was at about 50 when I opened up. So basically I put it in about mid-60s for just a couple days to really start the fermentation. Should bubble here in a second. And so that went, and so this morning I moved it in to here where I'm going to let it kind of finish out the at least visual fermentation. And here it comes. And then once that happens, depending on what the weather's doing around here, I might move it up into the garage because I think it's supposed to get cold again. It's been kind of warm the last couple of days, raining a lot, but it's still pretty chilly out. But yeah, here's some wine bottles I got going that are all empty. Been empty for a long time because I've never made any wine. But I got a deal, Craigslist deal, ways back that had a lot of wine making stuff in it. So I thought maybe someday I'll make some wine. But yeah, so this is the old brew closet. The lager sitting in there. And hopefully it'll all turn out. Okay, that's it for this week, guys. Have a good Homebrew Wednesday. Have a good week. I'll see you on the internet.